Hey guys, so I'm lucky and I found time to do a review on the third chapter of Übel Blatt, which is really, really plot heavy. And with that, I don't mean plot as in, yeah, you know. I mean, as there's a lot of things revealed in this. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, then this will spoil you a lot. Or, yeah, let's say it like this: if you don't want that, I would suggest that you turn off the video right now, because I'll be talking about it. Basically, chapter 2 starts off where the second, chapter starts out, and ends. And our hero is on our way to the castle. I can't, let me see what was the castle. Margrave's castle. And here there is dropped the two uh, other uh, lances of betrayal. Köinzell and let me see if we find it. Where is it? I know his name is here somewhere. I should really have looked that up, but and shelf or something. Let me see. Ah, I shared it. It's maybe spelled wrong. Basically, the two are the lances of betrayal. Apparently, Köinzell has the ability to turn people into monsters because he does that to Margrave. This turns out to be his downfall, but this isn't, shall we say, the big. Let's say it like this: this isn't the big reveal in this chapter. The big reveal is that the Anshel or Azarit is basically, yeah. It turns out that this Azarit, because what's he called, Köinzell, he says your game of pretend is over, and the reason for that is because he, Köinzell, is Azarit. And the story that is told for the Lances of Betrayal is actually not true, because it is true that I think it was three. Yes, three didn't return. We also get explained that later on, at least one of them, what happened to that person. Then the seven, who is called the Seven Heroes, they actually, when they came to the forest of death, they was too afraid to actually go through with it, so they stayed behind, afraid. And then the four Lancers of Betrayal was actually the one that did it, but the seven, they was afraid that what's it called, the four other would tell people how cowardly they was, so they slew those four and branded them as Lances of Betrayal. And Azarit, or Köinzell, our main character, he was basically, let's see, he had his arms chopped off and his legs, and basically pushed down a hill to die. But he was like found something to chew on, and it turned out to be a fairy, which turned him into Köinzell that we know today. Or rather, it took him like 10 years to even be able to what is it called, take a humanoid form. And I don't know what he does in the other 4 years, and I know 10 years, because it's 20 years since that day. And this Azarit, he basically tells why he didn't return, because the reason why the four false lands of betrayal, I shall say, took up the names, was because uh, their names were taken from them and given to the heroes, and they couldn't, even though they said that wasn't fair, it was still taken from them. So they basically took up the attack from it, attempting to charge, and used the four lances of betrayal's name to build an army. So you can say that those four false lances of betrayal was actually, it was sad. It was a sad, their story. And I actually, not for those, but the true lances of betrayal, I hope we get a flashback where we see the events takes place, not like just a small some. And also, Köinzell is forced to leave the guys. What's it called? He is forced to leave his party because what you call it? Uh, the guy who served one of the four heroes. Now 7 heroes. 7 heroes. Yeah. He basically won't have his name Lord Glenn smudged, even thought it may be true that he betrayed them. So they fight, and yeah, let's just say, like, if it was full moon, Köinzell could most likely beat him, but he's not that strong in the sunlight. So basically, to sum up what we learned in chapter 3, we learned that Köinzell is actually Azarit, the shall we say, leader of the four lances of betrayal, who is actually falsely labeled lances of betrayal. They actually did the task, while those that is called the 7 heroes actually killed them because they didn't want it out. And we also found out that the reason why Köinzell or Azarit said that your game of pretend is over is because he was one of the four lances of betrayal and know that the 3 others died, and he is Azarit. So he basically, like, I don't know if he killed them because of, like, they smudged the name of his companions or whatever. It's never explained, sadly, and I am not sure. I will think that is most likely because they smudged his companion's name. Also, we learned that people, even for people, should say, even though he has been like a good guy, people still don't want the 7 heroes' names smudged, so they will fight to keep that a secret. That they actually isn't 4 heroes, or at least they are very loyal to their servant. So actually, and also we could also say that we learned the two last lances of betrayal, Köinzell and Azarit. Its name, Köinzell, and what Köinzell's power was and what Azarit's power was. It's actually never, or power, at least the false power. However, Azarit's, the false one's power, is also what the real Azarit has, but it's more powerful. And I must say, this chapter is really, really good. That's why I said in the beginning that people who didn't want to get spoiled really should leave, because this would spoil them. But I think I will be getting this up, and then maybe if we're lucky, I can get the fourth and fifth chapter, who tells the backstory about how Azerit came into the army. True today, but I'm not sure if I have time for that. And also, I kind of want to see Fate Ilia's third season. And I'm sure you also want to see some anime reviews. But until next time, see you guys and have a good day. And do not read the fan translation of Übel Blatt.